Hello and welcome back to Up the Park, episode 5. Hi Sean, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you, Brendan?
I'm absolutely crap. I'm still raging about yesterday.
Raging.
Raging? I'm raging.
You're raging.
I'm raging. I am raging that we drew that
I'm
game.
disappointed we drew the game, but I'm not raging. Because I don't think we played badly.
No, we didn't play badly, but I'm raging that we didn't take our chances.
Well, there's only one man to blame for that, isn't there?
What, Dundee?
No. Before that, Liam Boyce.
Yeah.
Two opportunities.
Yeah, 2 opportunities. Yeah, he was very poor.
He was very
on
poor.
Saturday. He did go off at
Probably
60
didn't even
minute
hurt
break.
himself, but he was like, oh, I can't play anymore.
Can't score a goal.
Can't
so
score.
I'll get off.
Can I have a penalty, please?
Yeah, I just think they was there. They were there for the taking on Saturday.
They definitely were.
It's so
Yeah.
poor that we only got a point at that.
Yeah, that's the game where we miss the striker who will get you that goal that you need. And we spoke about it last week, and we don't trust Boyce or Nondele to do that.
Nah.
So definitely in January. The formation we play, we need a poacher. We need someone who's just going to stand in the box and score, because the rest of the team do all the work. Boyce, when he plays, he doesn't really have to do much.
Nah.
To me, he just needs to score the goals. So I think we need to go in January. I think Robbie's the same. He's going to go looking for a striker who's just going to stand in there and finish the goals.
Yeah.
Because Boyce twice, the first one, the ball was passed to him and he didn't even try and go for the ball. He just stood there and waited for it to arrive at his feet. And if you're a hungry striker, I was screaming. I was like, go! Just take one step forward and plant that in the bottom corner. No, I just stood there, and then the Dundee players cleared it. Then the second one, he was clean through and goal, and I don't even know what that was. Took a touch and then just missed the ball completely.
It was poor. It was poor
Really
finishing.
poor.
Really poor finishing. I think that Dundee were poor all game.
They were really
poor.
bad. They were really bad.
They only had one real chance, I thought, and it was. But I don't even know if it was a chance. Their goal. You know, it's such poor defending by us.
It wasn't an opportunity they created. It was an opportunity we gave them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that our defending there was lacklustre, and they just didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Benny lost sight of Cummins. I don't really blame Halkett for being in front. It's not really his fault.
No, Benny should have just been covering him the whole time. It was solely Benny's fault, but at the same time, it's a long throw. I mean, that should be getting headed away before it even reaches the box.
Any other, 99 out of 100 times, it wouldn't even reach Cummins. It wouldn't even be in the same line.
It was a bit odd to see John Suter at the back post. He's one of our dominant headers of the ball. So you'd have thought with a long throw, he would be in an area to just knock that away. But these happen. We've not had many defensive errors this season, and this one's cost us the 3 points.
Yeah, it was,
because it's definitely 2 points dropped this week.
Yeah.
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 This is how Rangers fans felt last week.
Yeah, definitely.
When we nicked it in the 89th minute. But the thing is, though, even when Dundee scored, we had time to score.
Yeah.
But we just didn't.
We didn't do
it.
anything.
No, we didn't.
But we couldn't do anything, because I was saying to you on Saturday as well, the players we bring on aren't good enough like the players in the first team. Gary Mackay-Steven is only good 1 out of 10 matches. And he has glimpses.
And he's only good for 20-25 minutes.
He hit the post on Saturday.
He played well when he came on.
On another day he would have scored that.
Yeah, he played well when he came on, but at the same time, if you're taking... And on the other side, we took Barry Mackay off and brought on Giannelli, who just looks completely...
lost.
He looks lost. He's definitely needing a confidence boost. But at the same time, I wouldn't play him.
Yeah.
Because Barry Mackay had a relatively good game.
Barry Mackay was really good.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was really good. Woodburn was really good as well.
The Woodburn decision, I understand that he got into a little bit of trouble just before half time. But for me, Ben Woodburn was the best player in the park for the first half. And he had a couple opportunities. I mean, I know Suter's goal was absolutely brilliant, but it was still Woodburn that made space and passed the ball back for Suter to score that goal. But Woodburn was all over. He was all over the front of the park, in front of the back four for Dundee. He played really well.
Yeah, I thought Woodburn was absolutely fantastic. I thought he showed a bit more of what he could possibly do. I understand why they took him off though, because that should have been a red card.
Yeah,
in
he
my
should have been
opinion.
sent off. Yeah.
It should have been a red card. He got him right in the face, with his elbow, and it's not on. It's not on. But the problem is that we bring on Giannelli, and we bring on Gary Mackay-Steven, and Boyce goes off and we bring on Nondue, and the front three don't even look like they can play football. They didn't do anything.
Ginnelly had 1 or 2 runs, but as soon as Ginnelly gets doubled up on by
Yeah.
2 players, he just stops trying to get past the first man. And Gary Mackay-Steven likes to come inside and find passes, which means he needs a player to link with. And Armand Nondoulier was shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Terrible. When he came on, I think he gave away the most fouls of the game, and he was only on the pitch for 20 minutes. He didn't win a header, he didn't hold up the ball, he ran it into the corners, he just took it towards the corners and the sort of parts of the pitch where you just don't need him. If you're playing a big tall striker like him, you should be in the box waiting for crosses.
Yeah.
But the crosses into the box for the whole game were poor.
Yeah, they were shocking.
They were really poor.
They were shocking.
Yeah, the deliveries were awful.
That brings us on to Michael Smith, who I thought probably had his worst appearance all season.
Definitely.
He just wasn't on it.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them were on it because it was slow, sluggish. Nobody really looked in the game.
Yeah, I mean, when we play it across the back 5, we play it to every single player in the back 5. So it'll go Smith, Suter, Halkett, Kingsley, then to Cochrane. No one gets skipped.
Nah.
If Smith's going to Halkett, it's speeding up the passage of play.
Yeah.
Suter, if we passed to all 5 of them, it lets Dundee shift along across the pitch and just follow the ball. And we looked really, really, really slow in the first 30 minutes of the game. I know we scored, but we didn't look like scoring unless something spectacular was going to happen, and that's exactly how we did score.
Yeah. The John Suter goal was fantastic.
How was a centre back doing that?
I know. He's a different level of player.
He is. He's by far the best player we've got. He's by far the best
a long
player we've
shot,
got.
a long shot.
He commands, even when he's got the ball. He's the player, I feel, that when he takes the ball and he plays that extra pass, he's the one that speeds up the play. But if Halkett gets the ball, or especially if Halkett gets the ball, Halkett doesn't look for intricate passing, he just finds the man next to him. Kingsley likes to run forward, which is really good, but I just feel like because the play across the park, we always play every single player across the park, we never skip a player which doesn't pick up the pace and it just slows the game down. Devlin isn't the sort of player who's going to play long passes into the channels either, and neither is Benny. So we don't really have that player who can sort of break up play with a long pass. And John Suter played some really good crossfield balls in the first half.
Yeah, to Cochrane all the time.
Cochrane was
was brilliant.
He was excellent.
Yeah,
he was excellent.
Yeah.
But it was a good game to watch. I enjoyed the game because we dominated it. So I thought we were going to win 4-5-6-0. It was a really good. But then when we got to the last, when they scored, even just 10 minutes before they scored, I was sitting there. I was just like, they're going to score. They're going to nick one, and it's going to be 1-1, and it's either going to be Lee Griffiths or Jason Cummins that scores it. Thankfully, Lee Griffiths went off, and then Jason Cummins comes on, and that absolute melt scored.
And it had to be him as well.
It had to be
the
him.
Tiniest guy.
Winning the header
as well.
It was going to be. If anybody was going to score past us, it would have been Griffiths or Cummins. And I just thought when Griffiths went off, that Kai Sheridan they brought on gave them much more than Griffiths.
Yeah.
Sheridan he had their first shot on target in the second half. He tested Gordon and he could bring the ball down, and he was good with his head, and he can actually play football. He finds passes. I thought he gave them a lot more than Lee Griffiths did. I don't even think he touched the ball.
Lee Griffiths had a tough game.
Yeah, I
mean, he was up there by himself.
Yeah, he hit the bar.
On that
the
first
ball
half.
was offside, but he hit the bar. But he got it stinking for the fans as well.
He did.
Deserved.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just in the whole grand scheme of things. It's amazing being second in the league, undefeated. But all I can think right now is we've just missed 2 points.
It makes me
wasted their chances.
I don't think this game would have bothered me as much if we beat Aberdeen or we beat Hibs.
Yeah.
But because we drew with both of them, this is the game where you're like, if we win this, we put some gaps between us and the guys behind us. And the results didn't go our way either, because Celtic won, Rangers won, Dundee United won.
Yeah.
It just didn't go our way. So
it's lucky Hibs lost. It's really lucky, because I think Dundee United won't make it the whole season being up there in the top 4.
No
way near it.
No,
Hibs and Aberdeen will come good. They will come good eventually. And Hearts are the 3 teams that are going to be challenging for that 3rd spot. And if we can get further away from Hibs, who's probably our main rival, the better it is for us. We're only 5 points now when we could have been 7.
Yeah, and Rangers winning as well, which was a bit. The Rangers St Mirren game was really good.
Yeah.
St Mirren goal was beautiful,
Yeah.
but
it's always going. They're always going to go away with it. This is the issue that, like, everybody going on about us challenging the top two and challenging the Old Firm and trying to get into Champions League places. If we don't win against Dundee at home, and we don't beat Ross County away, and we don't take our chances against Hibs and take our chances against Aberdeen, we're not going to get them.
Yeah, even
we'll
if
never get that.
Even if you beat the Old Firm, like we beat Celtic and we drew with Rangers, it's absolutely pointless if you can't beat Dundee at home.
That point last week has been met with nothing this week.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? What was the point of getting to the 90th minute, scoring an equaliser against Rangers at Ibrox, and then the week after drawn 1-1 at home to Dundee?
Yeah.
That's why I'm pissed off. I'm not pissed off that we played fantastic. I'm pissed off that we should have won that game.
Yeah.
We should be beating Dundee comfortably. We were talking about it being 4-0, 3-0. I've seen people on Twitter putting bets on for 7-0. It's embarrassing.
It's very disappointing. It is very disappointing.
And it worries me.
Because it's not like Dundee came out and played well.
Yeah.
It's not like we could turn around and say, well, Dundee turned up on the day, because Dundee played badly.
Yeah.
And I watched the highlights back 3 or 4 times, and I think 4 times in just the highlights alone, Charlie Adam was completely and utterly taken out of the game by Benny and Devlin. They just doubled up on him and took the ball off him, and he looked lost in midfield. But then in the second half, Dundee just pushed that extra 10 yards up. We dropped back a little bit, and unfortunately that let Charlie Adam start to pick up the ball and play passes into the channels, which is inevitably what led to the throw-in that they got, and then
he was pretty nullified all game.
He was.
He didn't really have many chances.
Yeah.
He was always committing fouls, and
I've never seen Charlie Adam play before, and I've never watched, because he played for Liverpool, so I don't really watch Liverpool, and I didn't realise how much of a dirty player he was.
Ah, he is dirty.
Because he just niggles the ankles, and he was trying to climb on Devlin, and Devlin's about half his size, and Charlie Adam's a big fat git, so Devlin's just this little guy, but the amount of times that Devlin took the ball off him and just ran away, it was brilliant to see. It was amazing.
But the whole Dundee were dirty the whole game.
Yeah, they were.
The whole game they were dirty.
Well, saying that Woodburn. But yeah, Dundee were definitely niggly, giving away fouls and snapping at heels and kicking at ankles and things like that. But yeah, we should have won.
Yeah, it's just an opportunity missed.
I'm trying to. I see the positives because we're sitting second, we're unbeaten. 5 wins and 5 draws, sitting second in the league after just getting promoted. A really good team, a really good formation, Robbie Nielsen doing his best as manager. So I see more positives than just drawing this game.
Yeah.
But now I'm worried if we do it again against St Johnstone or we do it again against Aberdeen. And then there's the more points dropped. Because we were talking before these games and we thought Dundee was a win. St Johnstone would have been the only game out of the next 4 that I'd have been happy to get a point from, because St Johnstone's a tough game. Then we've got Aberdeen, who've not been playing well, so we should be beating them, and then we finish it with Dundee United, and we should be beating them at home as well. So I was only happy to take the point against St Johnstone. I thought the rest we could win. Now that this has happened, we have to go to St Johnstone on a Wednesday night and beat them. Yeah.
It's going to be a big struggle.
It's going to be a tough game. Especially, I don't know if Boyce is even going to be fit. I mean, he's not. He wasn't brilliant, but he's still our top goal scorer.
What happens if he's injured?
Robbie Nielsen said it after the game. He said that Armand will have to come in. But unless Armand plays against St Johnstone and bags a hat-trick, I don't see him really doing anything for us.
But Armand doesn't do what Boyce does.
No, he doesn't.
He
runs more and he presses more, but we don't need him.
You see the difference.
We don't need Armand to press.
Yeah. I think after last week's conversation about what Boyce doesn't do and what Armand supposedly did do, I think we see the massive difference. There's a massive difference in quality between Liam Boyce and Nondwele and what they do off the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, what they both do off the ball and what they do on the park still didn't get us a goal.
No, it didn't.
So what they do is not what we need.
No, Boyce should have definitely scored.
We've got 2 strikers who can't get that one goal that you need to win these games. So that, for me, is what Robbie needs to go out and do in January, is pick up that player who will get you that goal. And to give Boyce a break as well, because Boyce plays every single game. And he plays every single minute. He only came off because he was hurt. I've never seen him come off. So We definitely need a striker.
Yeah, definitely. He has hit the crossbar as well in that
Yeah, he
header.
headed and hit the crossbar.
Yeah, and then Halkett nearly scored the follow-up to that. I don't know. There's too much hesitation in the box as well, I think. There's too much times when Benny and whoever and Woodburn's in the box and none of them are taking a shot. They're trying to pass it in the back of the net.
Benny's
just
quite
take
bad
a
for that.
shot.
Benny's bad for that. I don't think Benny's confident in his own shooting ability.
No.
So he takes one too many touches and tries to find a pass. But when you're playing it, we played it obviously against Dundee yesterday. From the start of the game, only Liam Griffiths was in front of the ball. The rest of the team were behind the ball. So if you're in the box taking touches, you're taking touches against 10 men right in front of you. So yeah, he wasn't going to find a pass to score the goal. And it was quite disappointing to see that. But Woodburn should have stayed on. I feel like Woodburn would have made a difference in the second half.
I feel like we do score.
He was taking shots from long range, and then you think in the second half, what happens if he took that one shot that went in? And then there was the free kick opportunity as well that really bothered me. Is that Kingsley had an opportunity to shoot and then we crossed it in.
Yeah, and it was just a waste.
Michael Smith shouldn't be allowed anywhere near set pieces.
It was a poor cross again.
Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed anywhere
He
near
just
set
wasn't
pieces.
on it. If he was on it on Saturday, I think it might have been a different result.
Yeah, I mean he gives more when he actually bombs down the right wing and overlaps. I don't think he'd done that once against Dundee.
He was two in the middle, but Dundee sat back all the time. They sat back.
They did make
and
it difficult.
defended.
They made it very difficult for the
And
winners.
Hearts struggle against that.
Yeah.
Even when we played Livingston didn't defend 10 men behind the ball all the time. You know, Dundee did. Dundee were always back all the time.
Yeah, Dundee. We knew they were going to come there. When we listened to James McPake before the start of the game, and he was saying, "We're here to win. We're here to take the points away from Hearts." They weren't. You could see that they came for a draw.
Oh, aye,
they got exactly what they wanted. Because even when they scored their goal, they didn't. Any other team, if we were 1-0 down against Dundee and we scored 1-0, we would go for the win. Dundee were very happy to let us have the ball and just play in front of them. That's all we done, was back and forward in front of their whole team. Occasionally trying to get through, but the crosses were poor. The passes in the box were terrible decisions. The set pieces were poor. That final third was so bad yesterday.
Yeah,
That's
it
what bothered
was
me.
woeful.
Because the rest of the team done what the rest of the team needed to do. Because you think if they could have had their goal in the second half from James Cummins scoring, but we should have had 4 goals in the first half.
Yeah.
So let them have their goal, but we should have been way ahead before that even came.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, I think that I'm really struggling to see if we play like that against St Johnstone and Aberdeen, how the fuck are we going to score? Like, how
It's
are we
really
gonna
worrying me. Yeah, it's really
You're
worrying
right.
me.
You were right a couple of weeks ago when you said about the open play. It's right.
It's scary.
It's worrying.
It's worrying. It is. I mean, Boyce has scored. He scored against Ross County from open play, and he scored one other game from open play. But those are coming in draws. You know what I mean? Like coming against Ross County, you need to be scoring more than one goal from open play, because that one was a penalty, and it's just like, it's very frustrating to watch. We need that clinical finisher. But in my head as well, who can Hearts sign to take that role? Unless Joe Savage again pulls a miraculous sign out the bag.
They're not going to pull a miraculous sign out the bag in January. Because
you'll get a loan deal.
You'll get a loan deal.
At
That's what I think will happen.
I can see it coming to January and potentially loaning Armand out.
No, or
selling someone else in.
him.
Yeah, but I think Robbie wants 3 strikers. Because I think he wants that opportunity that when we're needing a goal, he can put 2 strikers on and put 2 up front. But it's like, who do you sign? I can't think of anyone in the SPL that we could afford, because you can't go out and buy people.
No.
And free transfers maybe coming from England.
Maybe.
If you
I
can
think
find
it's a
one.
loan player that we need.
But yeah, I think it'll be a loan player, probably from League One or the Championship.
No, Premier League.
Really?
Aye. Why not?
You could try.
Ben Woodburn's Premier League.
True. That's because we've got quite a good...
Cochrane's Premier League.
Cochrane's never played in the Premier League.
I know, but he's still a Premier League club.
Yeah, but he's a reserve player. He's under 23s for them.
Aye, so is Benny.
No, Woodburn was in the first team.
Woodburn was in the first team, yeah.
I don't know how. because I watched Liverpool play today against Manchester United, and they had Curtis Jones playing, who's the same age as him, and is levels above him.
Yes, he was really good.
And then there was Elliot as well, who unfortunately got that horrific injury at the start of the season. He's levels above him.
Yeah.
And they're the same age as him. I actually think Curtis Jones is younger than him.
That's why Ben Woodburn's playing for Hearts.
I mean, look at Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. He's only, 22, 23? Woodburn's 20 and 21. Trent Alexander-Arnold's one of the best right-backs in the world. Ben Woodburn gets taken off at half-time. In the Scottish League.
Against Dundee.
Your
second ball.
Exactly. So there's obviously a reason why Woodburn's here, and we talk about it every single week. Is he needs that day where he really shows his talent, his quality. I thought that would have been yesterday. I felt like in the second half he would have.
Yeah.
But Robbie Nielsen took him off and brought on Gary Mackay-Steven. I think he said in his post interview, he brought on Gary Mackay-Steven to put on the left, so he could swing crosses in with his left. And then he had Mackay on the right to swing crosses in with his right, because he knew that at some point he was going to bring Armand on. Even when we had Armand on, I can't think of any crosses that them two made.
Nah. They didn't.
We're not a crossing team.
Nah, we're not. Our wingers come inside and shoot. Well, our wingers are supposed to come inside and shoot.
Well, Giannelli came inside and shot it straight at the side netting.
Yeah, but Giannelli's not that kind of winger. Giannelli isn't a winger that cuts inside.
Giannelli doesn't play on the right either. When we had him in the Championship, he was playing on the left, cutting in and scoring.
Yeah.
We had him on the right the other day, and he gets past his man, and then obviously his crossing, his final product isn't great.
Yeah.
So why is he not on the other side? And
why is Gary Mackay-Steven's probably better on that side?
Exactly, but why is Gary Mackay-Steven on the right? So these players get. I mean, all the top teams do it.
Yeah.
You get Greenwood, you've got Salah. They all play on the opposite side of their foot, so they can cut in and shoot. Not us.
Well, that's
we stick our right on the right and left on the left, and then expect them to cross the crosses that never come.
Robbie Nielsen wants us to cross in for Big Armand to head them in, even though Big Armand got balls kicked up to him all day and couldn't do anything about it.
It was so frustrating.
He was rubbish.
He was a dog's dinner.
He was rubbish. Yeah. He was actually shit.
I actually had like Nadi and like Connor Salmon vibes.
I can't believe you bigged him up.
I didn't big him up.
You bigged him up.
I didn't big him up.
You said he was better than Boyce.
No, I said he deserves an opportunity to show if he's better than Boyce. He got the opportunity, and I'm happy to say I was wrong.
And you'll never speak about Dundee again.
Until he gets sold. I'll never talk about him again. I'll never say drop Boyce. I'm not a biggest fan of Boyce because he doesn't score the sort of goals that we need, but he's definitely better than Armand Dundee.
Yeah.
We
definitely need another striker.
We don't even have a youth player to bring up to give that opportunity to. I mean, you said it yesterday. We're known as this big youth team that doesn't bring through youth players at all.
It's a myth.
It is.
That's a myth. That's the talk. That's the talking point of this week. Is the myth of the Hearts youth system.
The one that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It's a myth.
Yeah.
Andy Irvine was proclaimed as this great youth prospect that came through last season.
Perth Pirlo, the pen of Pirlo, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what it was called.
And at the moment, he's sitting in the German third division, sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
He's not even playing.
Yeah. And he was a great product of our youth. Aaron Hickey went to Bologna. Yeah, fantastic. But Celtic made him. We bought
him off Celtic, yeah.
You know, it's not great.
It's tough to think of.
John Suter was Dundee United.
Yeah.
When was the last one? Callum Patterson. Callum Patterson is probably the second highest level after Hickey. Let's say Hickey was our youth system. Let's say he was developed to a higher point than us. But Callum Patterson's the next best, and he plays in League One in England.
We produce really good youth players for the Championship.
Yeah.
Your Harry Cochrane, he plays there.
Yeah.
And then all the other Jordan McGee, he plays for Dundee.
Dundee?
Oh. Yeah. All these players and your McCarthy's and all these sort of players, they've came from our youth system to basically feed into the Championship and below. And it's shocking to see. Especially when you've got really good youth players as well. We do have really good youth players, but we don't develop them at all.
No.
We loan them out to Championship teams, and after 2 or 3 times we loan them out, they don't get an opportunity in the first team, and we sell them in the Championship. So they never get that opportunity to play in. We gave Hickey the chance to play in the Premier League, and he was brilliant. That's why he got bought. So why don't we do it with the rest of them?
Because there must be something. You know, Harry Cochrane was lauded as one of these players that would be absolutely fantastic Hearts when he came on that Celtic game where he scored that goal. You know, there's a reason he was playing in League One on loan.
Yeah, that is the only...
League One in Scotland.
That is the only game I've watched of Harry Cochrane where he played well.
Yeah.
Every other time he just looked completely out of his depth.
Just average.
Yeah, he lost the ball so many times. He
Yeah.
was weak in midfield. He's not a strong player. I don't see where we would have played him.
Yeah. We need to be, you know, Anne Budgie's whole thing was to get the youth development so high that we were able to develop players and maybe sell them on for a fee
Make
or
some money.
have them in the first team, but they're not good enough.
No.
The youth prospects that we can get are like encouraged to sign for Rangers and Celtic, who pay them more, you know, and they'll go there.
Well, I mean, I think the point will be proved with we've got two really good youth players at the moment, which is
Aidan Denham.
three then. Cammy Logan, Aidan Denham, and we've got Scott McGill as well.
Scott, I see.
And there's one more, Pollock.
Finlay Pollock, yeah.
4 really good players who deserve an opportunity at some point to come into that team because we don't have a big squad. So when rotation comes, you're going to look to these 4 and maybe come in and fill a gap for a couple of games. Will they? Probably not. They'll probably get loaned out and we'll never see them again.
Yeah, but will they play though? Because
Finlay Pollock played a couple of pre-season games and he was really good.
Yeah.
And now I've not seen him.
But we've got McAneff not even in the squad.
Exactly.
So are you playing Finlay Pollock over McAneff?
The question is, when it comes to the stage where we need to rotate Devlin and Benny, which we will because the games will come thick and fast. I see Benny probably needing a rest. Benny at the end of the Dundee game looked tired.
Yeah.
He had sore legs. I don't think Cammy Devlin will ever need a rest. I think he runs to the game, plays the game, then runs home.
I don't think they'll play on Wednesday.
Both of them.
No.
I think Benny will definitely get dropped.
I don't
and
think
needs a rest.
I don't
but then
think they'll play.
No, you could Haran and McAneff.
Halliday?
I think he'll save Halliday to cover Cochrane. I think he'll still want to use Kingsley at left back.
Yeah.
But I could see Halliday playing on the week through the week.
No, but Halliday playing in the middle. He can play centre midfield.
I'd play Haran and McAneff because to me, Haran does all your defensive work and McAneff can be your box to box. So they two will probably work well together. But they're not on the same level as Devlin and Benny.
They're not half as good.
Haran's
was.
still good.
Haran was.
I still really rate Haran. And when we went to the earlier games of the season when he was playing, he played
good.
really well.
Good.
And I'm actually quite gutted he got dropped. I mean, I know the two we're playing now are better players, but I'm still quite gutted that Haran just was taking the team.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really come on as a sub anymore either. You don't really see him come on.
No.
And if he does, it's for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
so
rare, mate.
I feel sorry for him because he's just came back. He came back from a horrific injury, and he came back and he's played really, really well. So he deserves to be in that team. And it's another point with McAneff. I still can't judge McAneff because he's not had enough games.
He's not. Has he had any minutes this season?
He's not played at all this season.
No.
No.
No minute.
And Jamie Walker's played about 20 minutes.
I think Jamie Walker will be here in January.
No, see, that's a good thing. I think if we could maybe sell Jamie Walker, as much as I don't want to, because I think he's brilliant for 20-25 minutes if you can bring him on. But if you can sell him, then that funds your striker that we need. But it also drops us out of a...
How much are you paying for Jamie
His
Walker?
wage is the problem, though. He'll be on a decent wage.
But how much are we selling Jamie Walker for? A guy that has no minutes this season. You can't judge him on what he's recently played like.
We signed him back for nothing, so even if you can get 60k, it's a profit.
Yeah. I just want us to sign a good striker on loan from some Premier League club. I'll take that Cole Palmer from Man City, yeah.
Last season he probably could have had him, but this season he's playing minutes for the top for the first team.
Yeah.
They're gonna get him now.
Pep Guardiola's gonna think, that team up north are struggling now. They need a striker.
Yeah.
I'll give them.
You want Gabriel
Cole
Jesus
Palmer
for 6 months?
I'll take him as well. I know a player who can get a striker that's never used. Edison Cavani.
Here for it, that. We might as well take Donny van de Beek on as well. Because he's warming a bench.
They'll pay us to have them.
Oli would. Oli hates him.
Yeah. Let's get on to right or wrong then, eh?
Right or wrong? Yeah, let's go through that.
Right or wrong? Right, Sean, let's get into right or wrong then.
Let's do this.
So, Craig Gordon, 6.42.
Oh.
I don't blame him for the goal we conceded, so I think he's at least a 7.5.
I'd give him a 7.5.
Because he didn't do anything wrong.
You had to save one shot?
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
he was good all game.
And when he was called upon, he saved it.
Yeah.
So it was 7.5.
Yeah.
Nice,
7.5.
easy one. There we go.
Right back, Smith. 6.66.
I'd give him a 6.
I don't think he was very good. I thought Mr. Reliable went out the window on Saturday.
I don't know what happened to him on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, 6.2.
6.
He was alright. His final product was there. Defensively, it was alright, but he didn't really have much to do.
I don't think he once tried to overlap.
No.
Which for me was quite strange, because normally we're telling him to overlap less, because he's 33.
Yeah.
And you're just like, save some energy. But he didn't overlap Mackay, or when Woodburn was on, once. I don't think he done it once.
No.
No, I'll give him a 6.
6.
I feel like if he maybe tried to get himself in the game more, he might. He had a shot that was saved.
Yeah, it was still poor though. You should have crossed it. Right.
Oh no, he should have scored it.
He
Because
should've.
it's Smith and he normally scores screamers. So yeah, 6.
Poor. Suter.
8. Probably one of the best players on the pitch.
8. BBC have gave him a 6.53, so they say he was worse than Smith.
That is so wrong. John Suter's crossfield passing was some of the best passing I've seen in the
I
Scottish
thought
League.
John Suter was really good.
Yeah. I can't.
I'm trying to think.
He lost the ball. He
did lose
made
the ball.
He made a couple
times.
of poor passes that he lost the ball on, but it didn't lead to anything. So, I'll give him an 8. I think he was solid.
I'll give him a 7.
At the back, he was really good, and you give him a 7. Did you see his goal?
Oh yeah, he scored as well, didn't he? Yeah.
That's why, right?
7.5.
I would give him a 7.5, but a defender shouldn't be scoring that, so I'll give him an 8.
Aye, 7.5.
Nah, I love him.
Yeah,
I think he's brilliant.
good.
He better sign that contract. That'd be a
That he scored in January.
That'd be
We're selling him.
That'd be a talking point in January if he leaves for nothing.
He won't leave it nothing.
He could sign a pre-contract
He won't.
with someone.
They'll sell him before he signs.
How much are you going to get from him with 6 months on his contract, though?
2 million.
You'll get less than $1 million.
No, you won't. His brother's worth 40 million apparently.
So if
he's worth about 60.
Yeah, but if you think, right, if a club goes, here's 2 million, here's 600k for John Suter, Hearts are not going to say no, because they're going to be like, if we say no, then we're losing them for nothing at the end of the season.
I think you're right about it that he wouldn't do this to Hearts.
I think January's going to come. He'll sign a 1-year contract extension, and then in the background, we'll make a deal with someone he wants to go to down England, and we'll accept the money for it, but it'll not be released until the end of the season. I don't think he's staying. If he stays fit and keeps playing like he's playing, he's good enough to play in the Championship.
I think he's good enough to play Royal Premier League. I think he's good enough. He's a ball-playing centre-back.
They're rare. I'll give you
know,
that. Yeah.
He suits high tempo, high level football.
I reckon it'd be a really good signing for Newcastle and what they're trying to build.
That'd be decent. Imagine him centre back, and then I don't know who they're gonna sign.
Well, they've got Lascelles. He's team captain. They'll probably not drop him.
I don't
Suited
know.
in Lascelles. That's my football manager.
He's worth more than his brother though.
I don't know. I watch quite a lot of championship English football, and he's a much better player than he was.
He's good.
He's a really good player.
Good, but he's not as good as Big John.
Don't know. He's playing a better league.
Is he?
The Championship.
Championship's a 10-pot league.
The English Championship's a good league.
No, it's not. SPL. SPL's a good league.
The Championship.
It is?
Championship's more competitive.
No, it's not.
It definitely is.
If you take out the top 2 teams in Scotland, it's not. Right?
Can't just go taking out teams.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I wish we could take them out forever. That'd be great.
Right, so what have you said for Suter? You said
I'll give him an 8.
8. I said 7.
Probably going to end up being my man of the match.
Halkett got a 6.95, the second highest rating on BBC.
I'd probably give him an 8 as well. He didn't do anything wrong.
7. He was good.
He didn't do anything
He
wrong.
didn't actually do any 15 minutes of fuck up.
He did
either.
one bad pass.
Did he?
Like Suter done more bad passes than him. But Suter was trying long balls.
But Suter scored a screamer. So.
And Suter scored a screamer.
But Halkett was good.
Halkett never lost
Aye, he was good.
anything to the game.
He'd had that poor challenge against Lee Griffiths where he ragged him to the ground, which he shouldn't have done.
He tackled Lee Griffiths badly. That's no poor challenge.
Yeah, he got a yellow card for it.
It's
Though.
an
It's pointless.
excellent challenge.
Pointless.
Should stamp on him next time.
Stephen Kingsley 6.87.
I give him a 7.5, 7.8, just below the other two, but he still had a really good game.
I thought Kingsley was really good. 7.5.
He got forward a lot. and it gave Cochrane that freedom, which we've actually not seen too much this season. Cochrane actually taking players on. I feel like he got a boost of confidence against Dundee for some reason because he played brilliantly.
Yeah.
That's who we've got next, Cochrane.
Yeah. See, Cochrane 6.81 on the BBC. I thought Cochrane was our best player on the day.
He was our best player. I'd give him an 8.5 for the day.
We moaned about the crossing yesterday, but his crosses were the only ones actually doing something.
Well, it was his cutback that Boyce should have scored.
Yeah.
And in the it was his cutback because he actually went past the defender.
Yeah.
He took the ball down and he went past the defender and he cut it back and Boyce just stood there and waited for it to come out. You're like, when you play football in like high school and you just expect the ball to arrive at your feet. That's what Boyce was like. And you're just shouting at him, you're like, you're a SPL top striker in this league. Just take one step forward and put your fucking laces through it.
It was just poor yesterday. It was just poor. Cochrane I would give about an 8.
Excellent, man of the match.
Yeah, he was brilliant. The two in midfield, Benny and Devlin. Benny got a 7. He was the highest rated, and then Devlin got a 6.69.
I would give them both a 7.5. I think they both played equally as good as each other.
Yeah.
Because they hassled Charlie Haddam all game. But do you drop Benny's average because he was the reason the goal? But surely for Benny's performances this
if you're
season,
just talking about this game, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're taking into consideration that he's been our best player all season, no. No, you can't fault.
He's allowed a mistake.
Yeah.
It's not his fault we couldn't score. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's just a pay that,
I'd give Benny and Devlin 7.5 each.
They were good. They've done their job. Very
now
well.
we come to
the best player.
No, the people who should have been scoring.
Mackay, 6.81.
I'd give him a 7. I feel like he could have done more. He had a good game. He definitely got into positions that we need our wider players to get into, but I also still feel like he was coming too narrow. He was cutting in and he should have been getting wider, he should have been giving us width, but he wasn't giving us enough width. So I'd give him a 7.
Aye. I'd probably give him about 6.57.
Yeah.
I don't think he done much, to be honest. He had one shot.
He had one shot.
Nothing led to a chance.
He cut one back when there was no one there.
You know, he wasn't that great.
I'd give him a 7.
Aye.
I feel like if he gave us more width, we might have got more opportunity. But I still think that Mackay would have played better if Smith was making the overlaps.
Yeah.
Which Smith wasn't.
Help him a bit.
So Mackay was doing his normal. Mackay normally drops narrow. But when you've got no one going on your outside, you take your touch, you turn, there's no one there.
Yeah.
So he was having to find other passes that inevitably led to nothing. So, no, I'd give him a 7. But I'd blame Smith for the reason that he got such a low rate.
Yeah. Woodburn, 6.86. If he played 90 minutes, he would have been my man.
First half performance, I'd say Woodburn got a 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woodburn was really good.
He had 2 shots.
That one just on the outside, it just got a deflection.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a goal.
Yeah, because
the first shot was close. He's there. He's thereabout.
Yeah.
I think he just needs a couple more games.
I
hope we see something soon.
He was definitely pulled too early.
Yeah.
I don't get why he was hooked at half time. You normally hook a player at half time if they're playing terrible.
Maybe he was just raging it. Maybe he's.
Why did he do it?
I don't know.
It's not like him. He's not done anything like that in previous in the season.
Nah, Liverpool in it.
Get the boy out of the scouts, we can't do the scouts out of the boy.
And then our lone striker up front, Liam Boyce, got a 6.49.
Fucking generous.
What do you mean generous?
6.49 is generous. I'd give him a 6.
6.
5.5.
Yeah,
6.
6. I would give him a 6. He missed that chance.
2.
Missed 2 chances. He hit the crossbar on one of the chances, to be fair.
He did hit the crossbar from a corner.
But nah, he should be doing better with these chances.
Yeah.
He went off injured at 60 minutes.
So. I felt sorry for him because I don't know what it is about him, He's never going to be that prolific goal scorer. And he just doesn't suit the formation we're playing.
No.
So he's never going to get those goals. But I would like to see that when he gets the opportunity to score that goal, and he done it against the Rangers as well, he missed the opportunity to score the goal, and he's missed 2 opportunities to score the goal against Dundee to get us that extra kick up the arse that we need sometimes. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I want him to play well. Are we We're going to go over the subs.
Well, we're going to go for one sub because the other two don't deserve mentioning. Well, actually, Mackay Stephen hit the post.
Mackay Stephen played okay.
He got 5.88 on BBC.
I'll give that. I'll give him a 6.5. Yeah, he came on, he done what he had to do, but again, he was very similar to Mackay. He was coming too narrow.
Yeah.
He wasn't giving us any width.
No, not good enough. And Big Nondue, your hero of last week.
So I gave him a 1.
1?
1.
I'd give him a 0.5. He was woeful. He didn't do one thing good.
He gave away the most fouls for any of our players, and he was only on the park for 15-20 minutes, which is shocking statistics.
He was shit.
I don't think he completed a pass. He didn't hold up the ball at all. Don't think he won a header. Oh.
Sorry. Someone just went off in the studio.
Someone just dropped in the studio and I absolutely crapped my pants. That's the ghost of Nonduli.
That's Nonduli telling us to give him a 1. I'll give him a 1 now.
Yeah, I was sitting watching him and I had vibes of Connor Salmon and just the failures we've had up front. I was having so many vibes of those players when he couldn't take a touch. He was running into the corners. We were drawing 1-1 and he was taking the ball wide into the corners. We were playing long balls to him, which is what we brought him on for, and he wasn't winning any of them. He didn't hold up the ball. I think he made one successful pass that I can remember. He had nothing of note. He was an absolute dog's dinner. I thought he was terrible.
Yeah, he was woeful.
I said he deserved his opportunity. He got his opportunity, and he was shit.
Yeah. I'm going to make a bet with you that...
here we go.
Right, I think if Nondue scores a goal by Christmas, I'll buy you a heartstop with Nondue on the back of it for your Christmas.
I think what we should do, this would be fun.
If Boyce scores 20 goals this season, you buy me a heartstop with Boyce on the back of it. He's already at 11, so we're on a roll.
Do you want 11 goals, or do you want 20 goals, or 20 penalties?
A goal's a goal. Ronaldo's got 732 goals and about 130 of them were penalties.
Did you seriously just compare Boyce to Ronaldo?
No, I didn't compare.
Did you put them in the same sentence?
I'm using it as an example.
Did you put them in the same sentence?
No, I'm using it as an example.
Ronaldo has more goals for Portugal than Boyce has in his career.
Portugal's a good side,
isn't it?
No. Not running shit.
Don't put them in the same category ever. Never do that.
They score a lot of penalties, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, that was hard to listen to.
What do you mean that was hard to listen to?
Ronaldo and Boyce in this.
I bet you big Ronaldo couldn't do a Friday night at fucking Dingwall against Ross County.
He used to do it at Stoke when he played for Man United.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He won the Ballon d'Or at Man United.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Liam Boyce did.
Liam Boyce wishes. He'd be lucky if he even gets to go to
it. Was just Liam Boyce in Ronaldo's skin. Just took him over.
If Ronaldo goes skinhead, it's just Boyce.
Yeah. Jesus. Right, that was right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right or wrong. Right, Sean, let's look at the other fixtures on the SPL this weekend.
SPL games over the weekend. Let's have a look. See, go for it.
Aberdeen versus Hibernian. Aberdeen won 1-0 after a Ramirez goal. It was a good goal, actually.
It was a good goal.
Pretty good.
He should have scored 2.
Yeah.
He played really well.
Hibs are poor again. Fantastic to see.
Right back for Aberdeen, Ramsey. He's a really good young player.
Got injured as well. Unlucky.
And what absolutely devastates me is how well Scott Brown played.
Yeah.
Really, that's annoying.
A centre back as well,
For the second half, yeah. Centre back.
He's a decent player,
No, he's not.
He's just an asshole,
I hate him so much.
Asshole.
I hate him. He's like walking AIDS.
And the Myth never scored again this week.
No, Martin Boyle, that's him. Although he does have the exact same record as Liam Boyce this season. They both have 6 goals, they both have 4 penalties, and they both have 2 outfield goals.
Oh, here's a question for you. Who would you rather have in your team? Who would you rather play against St Johnstone on Wednesday night?
See, for me, you can't do that. Because Martin Boyle is a winger.
But Martin Boyle doesn't play on the wing.
But he is a winger. So if I was having Boyle in my squad and he was to play, I'd play him on the wing. But I wouldn't play him over Mackay or any of our wingers. So
I would. I'd play him over Gianelli or Gary Mackay.
Oh yeah. But I mean, the starting 2, no.
I'd play him over Boyce on Wednesday night as well.
I'd play anybody over Boyce on Wednesday night. Put John Stewart up front, he can score.
Put Craig Halkett. He was our top scorer 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, we done it with Patterson.
Aye.
Callum Patterson was a right back who ended up playing up front for us.
Put Moore at centre back and put Halkett up front.
Yeah. It's probably not going to work, but...
Imagine the headers he
I'll
can
try
score.
it Football Manager.
I bet Nondreally wouldn't be as good as Halkett up front.
Nondoulier is just...
He's starting on Wednesday night. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just Connor Salmon with hair.
You love him.
I hate him now.
He's your favourite player.
I hate him so much.
Right. So Hibs were absolutely poor again. That's their second loss in a row, and they play Celtic on Wednesday night, I think. So
yeah, they're done.
They're going to get gubbed.
They won't win.
So we're 5 points ahead of them just now. So absolute gubbing. Yeah, Aberdeen played really well. I thought.
I mean, it's good and bad because I really wanted Hibs to at least challenge a little bit this season to push the rest of us up the top of the park. Have that 4 or 5 teams fighting for the top 3, but Hibs have just massively dropped off.
I don't. I want them to get relegated.
Oh yeah, obviously. No. In the maroon tinted glasses, we want them relegated. But
that's just my normal glasses.
Right. Okay. Right. Celtic versus St Johnstone.
2-0. What do you think?
I feel like that Giacomakis, who they played up front, I don't know what to say his name. He did throw himself on the ground a couple of times. Nice wee diver that they've got.
Well, you know, he's not used to the SPL, so you know he's got to get used to that.
Poor baby.
He's got to get used to the physicality of the league.
Well, he scored and his goal was really good, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That Juranovic is a good player. I think having him back is going to be huge for them. But I will say this about the Celtic St Johnstone game. The goal that led, the first goal that is he Greek?
Not Giacomakis.
Yeah.
Giacomakis.
He sounds Greek.
Giacomakis.
Yeah. His goal came from a defensive error, and the second goal was a penalty.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you about how bad St Johnstone played?
Yeah, but Celtic are still poor. I don't think Celtic are that great. They'll beat teams and will probably struggle against them, but they don't look amazing.
No, Celtic don't look like a good team.
They don't look like a good team. Maybe they just need time, and they'll probably strengthen in January.
Yeah, Big Angie, he's got a big job ahead of him if he wants to try and get them back into the top 2.
He's got to develop his Ange ball.
What even is Ange ball? Is it like Sarri ball, just bad?
I just think it's like attacking football, and you just dead defend.
Yeah.
You just leave 2 centre backs.
Oh,
there.
What's that? Daniel Stendel ball.
Stendel ball.
Yeah, doesn't work in the Premier League, does it?
Nah, doesn't work at all.
It'll get you relegated, is what it does.
Yeah, I thought Celtic were dominant. St
yeah,
Johnstone never had a chance.
The stats were, they had no shots on target.
Nah. St Johnstone are woeful this season though. I said it last week about them missing Kerr and McCann, and it shows. They didn't strengthen at all, and they just don't look like a team that can even challenge against us. Never mind. I want to see us on Wednesday night against them. I want to see what we're like against them, but they don't look very good.
No, but it's St Johnstone, so...
I know, but that's a myth as well.
No, it's such a bogey game.
Livingston won 3-0.
No, but it's not for other teams, not for other teams. For us, it's such a bogey game. It's one of those games where you go and you just feel happy you got a draw. But now after drawing with Dundee, we need to go beat them.
Yeah.
Which is
worrying.
Annoying.
Very worrying. So Dundee United at Motherwell. So Dundee United won 2-1 courtesy of an Edwards header. A Mulgrew finished in the 77th minute, and then Motherwell scored a penalty.
Do you know that's brilliant? That Mulgrew set up Edwards and Edwards set up Mulgrew.
Yeah.
They're both centre backs.
Yeah.
That's their centre backs.
I'm telling you, Charles Mulgrew is a fucking decent player.
36 years old and he's still looking like a solid player. Yeah.
He's a decent
He looks good,
player.
and he's got a wonderful left foot on him.
He's got an amazing beard as well.
He's such a pretty boy.
He's got a well good beard.
Yeah. Beard envy. But no, him. I'd say Edwards and Mulgrew were their best 2 players as well through the game, and they're just solid. And they've got Dundee United have been blessed with a brilliant goalkeeper as well. So.
That Seegers is fantastic.
Yeah.
I would like to see him be Craig Gordon's replacement.
Dundee United captain? How old is he?
I don't know.
Have a quick look. I think he can't be that old because he's not. I've not heard him around for a while. I don't know what his first name is, to be honest.
I think it's Benjamin.
How is this? How is that his name?
Yes.
There we go. How old is he?
He is 29.
It's a good age
too old.
No, it's a good age for a replacement.
Well, when's Gordon retiring?
Never. Craig Gordon will be in goals for Hearts for a very long. No, I think because we definitely don't have a replacement who right now Who's good enough to replace Gordon?
Nah, the youth player's only good enough.
No. Harry Stone.
Does he even get a game for Partifice in the
Yeah, but
championship?
you'd think maybe in 4 or 5 years' time, but
Gordon
Gordon's
will
going to
be
be
retired
45 by then, isn't he?
He'll
Yeah.
be retired by then.
Yeah.
Gordon, we've got another 1 season of Gordon.
The good thing about
And then he's our goalkeeping coach.
the good thing about Hearts though is with Joe Savage, I feel like we confidently bring in a good player.
Yeah. Maybe the St Johnstone keeper?
Sandra Clark.
Aye.
He's a good goalkeeper. You have to pay money for these people though.
Sander Clark could be a lot of money.
Yeah. He's got to be. I think he's probably the 3rd, 4th best goalie in the league.
Yeah.
Because you've got McGregor or Gordon are the best 2. Joe
Joe
Hart.
Hart's up there as well, isn't
He
he?
doesn't really have to do much. Well, I don't say that.
Ange Ball.
Ange Ball means he does have to do much. Right, in the last game, which was probably the most exciting game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Ross County versus Livingston.
So tell me about it. I didn't see the highlights to this one.
No, I
so.
watched the highlights for it. Clark's goal was really good for Ross County. Ross Callahan played really well.
Myth.
I like him a lot because he's a Hearts fan, and I really feel sorry for him that he didn't make it at Hearts.
Wasn't good enough.
He's not good enough to play for us, but he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's really good for Ross County. He's one of their go-to players. Livingston again. I think is this not like the 2nd week in a row they've scored 3 goals? In a game?
Yeah.
Because they won
They
3-0.
beat St Johnstone 3-0.
Yeah. So I think we got lucky. I think we played them at a really good time of the season where they weren't playing like this. And that Odin Bailey that they've signed on loan, I think he's on loan. He's excellent.
Yeah.
He's excellent. His goal was absolutely brilliant. He scored from outside the box, left foot curling top corner. Pittman played really well, which is odd because he's rubbish. And mini Jamie Forrest. It's just his brother. He's just the exact same player as him. It's weird. You sit and watch them, they look the same, they play the same style of football, and they both have no neck.
Nah, rubbish.
And the last game was?
St Mirren versus Rangers, today's 12 o'clock kick-off.
It should have been much more than 2 for Rangers, to be honest.
St Mirren goal was nice.
St Mirren goal was really good.
Morella's got his 100th goal.
I hate him. You kind of met him.
Have you?
Very, 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 very small time. Like 30 seconds. We were in... it's a place up in Glasgow, and they've got like bowling and things like that, and we were in the 10-pin bowling bit, and he was in there with his family, and one of my friends who was there is a big Rangers fan, so he went over and spoke to him, and he was actually...
Did you call him a wanker?
I didn't speak to him, right? My friend's a Rangers fan, he went over and he got a photo with him, and I was just sitting there, and I just said hello, and he said hello to all of us, and I just, under my breath, I was just like, I fucking hate you.
You Ranger bastard.
I fucking hate you. El Buffalo, El fuck off. Try that.
Oh, fuck off.
I can't stand him, man. He's a myth.
Yeah. Nah, he's not a myth.
No.
He scored 100 goals.
He's
It's
scored
decent,
100 goals, I give him that, yeah.
It is decent. But he's going. He's going in January, or he's going next season.
Yeah. Just think, imagine how many goals he'd have if he'd actually hit the target every time he shoots.
Yeah, I know.
Because he needs about 4 attempts to get one.
Yeah. He was woeful against us. He should have
Terrible.
scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, he should have scored a hat-trick past us. But
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
terrible.
good. It's good for him to get 100 goals for Rangers, I suppose. If you're a Rangers fan, you'll like that.
So let's go through the league table then, Sean.
League table.
So first, Rangers 23 points. Second, Hearts 20 points.
That's frustrating. That should be 22.
It should, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should.
It should. Does it make you pissed off?
You know what makes me pissed off? This is what pisses me off. We should have beat Aberdeen.
Yeah.
We should have beat Hibs.
We should have beat Ross
We
County
should have beat
away.
Ross County, and we should have beat Dundee.
Yeah.
We should be top, and we should be a couple of points clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
It's that lack of finishing
Yeah.
that's costing us.
And then Dundee are joint second with 20 points. Celtic are fourth with 19 points. Hibs are fifth with 15 points. Motherwell are sixth with 14. They've dropped off quite a lot since they lost to us.
Yeah, that's actually been their turning point of the season, is they've dropped off since we beat them.
St Mirren, surprisingly, are seventh with 13 points.
I'm happy for St Mirren. They play some. They don't have top quality players, but they play some really attractive football. I reckon if they had better players, they would be higher up.
I
in
think
the
they've
league.
got really good players.
They have some. I would say 2 or 3 really good players.
I think Jamie McGrath is
Jamie
a player.
McGrath's one of the best players in the league.
He's a player.
Excellent.
He's going to move.
Eamon Brophy, if you keep him fit and he scores your goals, he's a good player.
Yeah.
It's keeping him fit.
He's another myth.
No, he's a good player.
He's alright.
He's a good
He's a
player.
good player like 1 in 10 games.
Yeah, but he's a good player. His goal scoring record proves it. If you look every single season, he scores you 10 plus goals.
Well, yeah, but Boyce does that as well. So
Take away the penalties.
you're obsessed with the penalties.
Yeah, I hate
They
it.
still count.
Mind melt. Anybody can score a penalty.
And then in 8th was Aberdeen with 11 points.
Which is funny because they should be sitting in the top 4 easily.
9th, Livingston with 10 points.
They've had a resurgence over the past couple of weeks. Were they
well.
not bottom when we played them?
Well, they've gained 6 points in the last 2 weeks.
They've played well.
So, they've done alright the past couple of weeks. Like St Johnstone 10th with 9 points.
Showing their true colours
poor.
now, yeah.
They're really poor this season. Dundee second bottom with 7 points. Oh,
you know the only gratification I'm taking is that we drew with them, which sucks. But they're probably going to get relegated.
They better get relegated.
They will. They're sitting second bottom. St Johnstone won't play that bad all season. They'll sort themselves out.
And then Ross County bottom with 3 points, minus 12 goal difference for them.
They've had a poor season.
And
we drew them.
It's always the way, though.
One of their 3 points is us.
It's always the way. When we play Hibs next, we'll beat them at Easter Road, and then we'll beat Celtic.
The bottom 2.
But we'll lose against
the bottom 2 of the league right now. We drew with them both.
Yeah.
That's one we write up.
Right.
How are we looking? Because we don't have next week. We have Wednesday night and next week.
We have Wednesday and Saturday games.
Yeah.
So on the Wednesday game,
one on Sunday as well.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
It's a lot of games, isn't it?
Fair for Rangers, getting breaks in between their games.
So on Wednesday night we've got Dundee, Ross County.
Ross County. Oh no, hang on. I was confused there for a second.
So
that's not the team I thought.
It's got draw written
I would love to see Ross County win and put Dundee back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nah. Dundee will win that game. 1-0.
Yeah, I can see them winning 1-0.
Big Charlie Adam will score a beach free kickers out.
No, he won't. Charlie Adam has to 20 pints to get him into the game.
Then we've got the second best game of Wednesday.
Hibs versus Celtic at Easter Road. There's only one thing you can guarantee from that game. Is that you'll be able to smell it from space.
It's going to be a hammering.
Fester Road and the Celtic Stinkies. Yeah, I can see Celtic winning that 3 or 4-0, like. Because Hibs are struggling defensively and they've just lost McGregor.
Yeah, they're poor. I think Celtic are going to win that 3-0.
Yeah, I don't think Hibs have got enough going forward to take advantage of how poor Celtic are at the back.
No.
And I don't think Celtic are going to give them any of the ball, to be honest. Nah, Celtic win 2-3-0, yeah.
Livingston, Dundee United.
That could be very Dundee United have just started playing well and scoring goals. Livingston have scored 6 goals in 2 games.
I want that to be a draw. Or a
good.
Livingston win.
A draw or a Livingston win. Yeah.
I
think Livingston at home probably might win this, might nick the points. I'm going to go with Livingston.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Livingston.
I'm saying draw. 0-0. Motherwell, St Mirren. St Mirren win.
Yeah, I reckon if you can deal with Motherwell's long ball football, then St Mirren.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Rangers, Aberdeen.
Rangers.
Yeah,
it's
Rangers.
at Ibrox.
Rangers.
Yeah.
St Johnstone, Hearts.
Hearts. I think I'll win that.
You're a bit cautious though.
I am cautious because of how we played yesterday.
I can't wait.
I'll take 2 penalties and a 2-0.
I hope. Imagine we go to St Johnstone, right, and we score like 4 goals.
You know, if we go away at St Johnstone and win 6-0, I'm going to be raging. I'll be happy,
Aye.
but I'll be very
I'll
angry.
be more raging than I am today. Right, about that. And then on Saturday, we've got Aberdeen Hearts.
Hearts
at
win.
Pittodrie.
I think Rangers will hammer them and they'll come into the game badly. And we owe them for the last game. I think our result against Aberdeen massively hinges on our result against St Johnstone and their result against Rangers.
I've got the
I
fear.
feel if Rangers win and Hearts win on Wednesday, Hearts win.
Yeah.
But if Aberdeen nick something from Rangers and we screw up against St Johnstone, we are there for Aberdeen to come in and say let's kickstart our season against Hearts at Pittodrie. So it's a worrying game.
I've got the fear, like.
I'm trying not to have the fear, but I've got the fear against the St Johnstone. I feel if we win the St Johnstone game, we beat Aberdeen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But I'm going to pick Hearts for both of them because I
I
have faith that Armand Nanduli... I'm joking. It's a joke.
I've got faith that we'll at least draw them.
Woohoo!
And keep our unbeaten run to 12 games.
You don't want unbeaten to be 5 wins and 7 draws, though. Oh, that's horrible.
That's alright.
No, you want it the other way.
I know, but it's still alright.
No, you want it the other way.
It's not unbeaten.
No, you don't.
Celtic Livingston.
Celtic, Livingston, Celtic.
Celtic easy.
Well, no. If Livingston beats Dundee, that's 3 wins in a row.
Celtic are beating Livingston.
That's at Parkhead, I suppose.
They're not beating Celtic at Parkhead.
Unless they can take advantage of Starfelt.
Scum of dice. Right. Dundee United, St Johnstone.
Dundee United.
Dundee United.
Yeah.
Ross County Hibs.
Hibs.
I think this is going to be Ross County's very first win.
I hope it is, but I just
Hibs are going to lose 4 in a row.
I don't see them. I don't see them beating Hibs.
Boyle will score. Maybe Nesbitt. Aye, it'll be a Hibs win. I think.
Who Hibs done? Oh, I don't know. Hibs are coming off a game against Celtic. If Celtic
This is the perfect opportunity to hammer Ross County 5-0.
Keep the man in the job. Martin Boyle will score all 5. The myth's back.
St Mirren Dundee.
St
The
Mirren.
last game on the Saturday.
St Mirren.
Aye, St Mirren should win that.
Every single game Dundee play, other team wins.
Yeah.
To me.
And then on the Sunday, Motherwell Rangers, which will be on Sky as well.
Rangers.
Why are those Rangers games on Sky? It's a joke, man.
As much as I hate the Old Firm, they just bring in more
That
fans.
Aberdeen Heart game is good. That's a good game.
That's
to
a good
put on
game.
TV.
Yeah, I mean anything with St Mirren in it right now is a good game.
Dundee United St Johnstone's a good game to put on TV.
It's just about bringing the viewers.
Useless.
Because if you put the Rangers game on Sky, you get all the English teams, the English fans watching it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Useless. Right, do you want to go on to Team of the Week, Sean?
We'll finish off with Team of the Week, yeah. Now it is time for Team of the Week.
Right, Sean, let us hear your Team of the Week then.
Team of the Week. Okay, so we'll start 4-2-3-1.
Standard.
Best way to fit everybody in, I think. In goals was Dundee United goalkeeper Zeekrist again.
Yep.
2 weeks in a row.
He's brilliant keeper, I like him.
He is a brilliant keeper. Yeah, I mean Gordon didn't have to do much this week, so I couldn't use them. Couldn't use him. Yeah, Zeekrist in goals. Right back was Tavernier.
Yeah.
Really good game against St Mirren. Assisted as well. Set up a goal. It's good. Left back was Cochrane, because for me he was Hearts man of the match. He was a really, really good player against Dundee. 2 centre backs were Carter Vickers, Celtic, and Charlie Mulgrew.
Yeah, very good.
Charlie Mulgrew.
He's good, I think.
He is good. 36 years old.
Addicted to him, like.
I don't know. He's been back in the SPL for 2 seasons now, and he's not really.
I think this is his. Is it? I'm not sure.
Anyway, he's been back and he's been quiet.
He's brilliant.
Nobody's mentioned anything, and all of a sudden he's just like.
I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, he started playing really well.
He's really good.
2 central midfielders. I picked Ronan. His goal was excellent. He played really well. And next to him was Scott Brown.
Your favourite player?
I hate him. The crayon eater. Yeah, Scott Brown. As much as I don't like him, he played really well. His pass set up Ramsey's run, which then led to Ramirez's goal. Into slotting for centre back. 36 years old, playing centre back when he's not really. He's not like he's ever played there. You have to give him the credit where credit's due. He played really well.
Yeah, he did do well.
Right wing was Odin Bailey for Livy, who's been excellent since they've signed him. His goal was a peach. Cut in from the right, put it in his left foot, top corner. Really good goal. Left wing midfield was Jota, who I think has been in all of my Team of the Weeks.
Yeah.
He's a very good player. There was actually a post the other day that the Benfica fans are in uproar that he was loaned out. They want him starting for Benfica. That's how good they think he is.
Jeez.
And he's shown his quality at Celtic.
Yeah.
He's a really good player. Behind the striker was Charles Cook. Charles Cook is normally a winger, but Regan Charles Cook has been playing so well that I couldn't leave him at the team. His mazy runs are brilliant. I would love to see him in a hard stop. I think he's something different than what we've got. He's the sort of player that would take on his man for us, get past the man and find the striker.
We just don't play with attacking.
Yeah, you don't need him. Exactly. And finally the striker was Ramirez, the Aberdeen player, who's really started to find form over the last couple of games that they've played.
He scored 5 and 10 now in total for Aberdeen.
That's really good for somebody who's just signed for them.
Decent,
he looks like a really good player. His movement is what gets me. He's a really good mover on the inside the box. He always creates space. He always finds opportunities, and his link-up play is also really good as well. But yeah, that's the Team of the Week this week. It's very different to what I thought it would be. I wanted to pick more Hearts players, but I couldn't.
They don't deserve to be in
No,
that. Cochrane's the only one that deserved to be in
Cochrane was
that.
the only player that deserved to be in it. The rest, brilliant performances.
Yeah.
Got them into the team. Carter Vickers has been a really good signing for Celtic. I still think he needs they need a better centre back because he's their best centre back, and he's not the best. He makes mistakes.
Yeah.
He misplaces passes, but he's not Starfelt. So
no, he's a lot better than Starfelt. Like,
it's not
definitely.
I hate that point. Celtic fans hate him as well. I've got a couple of Celtic fans that are friends, and they just like, why does he get a game?
Yeah, he's not good.
No, he's not good enough. Not good enough.
So let's go into question of the week then. So last week I asked you.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Right.
That. I know the
asked
answer.
you,
I know the answer.
Right. Who is Hearts' highest fee ever paid for which player? I want the year and who.
Can't give you the year, but I can give you his name.
Right.
He was known as the Bosnian Bullet.
He was.
he was different level, wasn't he?
He was absolute pish.
He was pish. Different level. Like
No.
pish. I don't get why we say
Do you know his name?
Oh God.
And how much?
I don't know. Oh yeah, he cost 250k?
No.
More?
850,000.
Nearly £1 million. What was his name?
Mirsad Bezlija.
Bezlija. That's his
He
name.
sold in January 2006. I think he played 12 games for us.
I remember when I first seen him, and I used to call him the Bosnian Paul Hartley because he had the exact same
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. He was meant to be the fastest player on the ball in Europe when we signed him. That's what he was meant to be.
He was crap.
Yeah. He played 12 games for us, he was injured all the time, and he retired in 2012. He's only played like 80 games in his whole career. Injured all the time.
That right there makes me so thankful for Joe Savage.
Yeah.
That these mistakes, the Romanov era, and the amount of absolute crap we brought in. Whoa, luckily we won't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Something like a thing of the past.
Definitely.
Apart from Dundee.
So, this week's question of the week, you don't get a week to answer it. You have to answer it this week.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, let's go back to Hearts' greatest ever moment. Or second greatest ever moment? I don't know. I wasn't alive for the other ones, so. The 2012 Cup Final.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, I want you
5-1.
to name all the strikers, all the goal scorers. All the goal scorers.
Right, hang on a minute.
As much as you can.
Let me write them down.
So, Hearts and the Hibs goal.
Oh, you know, I did a quiz on this at work once, and I actually picked the Hibs player, because that was the question. We won 5-1. Who scored the Hibs goal? Let's have a quick think. So I've got Darren Barr definitely scored a goal.
Yep.
Rudy Scatchell scored a goal.
Yep.
McGowan scored a goal.
Yep.
Ooh. See, the reason I don't remember this so much is because I was actually heading to a birthday party and unfortunately missed the game. Scatchell scored 2.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? And the final one was penalty. Danny Granger. I was going to say Joe Hamill, but
yeah, Danny Granger.
So that's the 5 goals.
Yeah.
You've just popped up in front of me. James McPake scored that score.
James McPake.
What a prick.
What a hero. What a hero for Hibs that day.
Go the one.
See, he'll take that 1-1 draw yesterday just to get back a little bit at us for the 5-1 defeat he had to suffer at the hands of Scatchell.
I fucking love Rudy Scatchell.
Hero.
That was a... Oh, yeah.
That's actually a good point. Who is the best ever player you've seen play in a Hearts jersey?
Best ever said I've seen play. I did see Rudy Scatchell play a couple of times, and he was really good on the ball. Like, he was absolutely brilliant. It's so recent, but Benny Beningham's up there.
Yeah, he is.
Because of the quality he's come from. He's just, you can see when he's got the ball, you're just like, he's played at much higher level games than this. He's played better games than this.
I think Stephen Naismith is the best
Stephen Naismith, Andy Webster. Andy Webster was a really good centre back. Paul Hartley, he was excellent.
I think Stephen Naismith, that first time we got him on loan.
When he first came.
That first time.
14
he
goals
was
or something.
fantastic.
14 goals?
Aye.
Scored something like
he was brilliant because he still had that quality. The second time wasn't as good, and
No,
then when he signed for free, he wasn't
his
as good
knees
after
were
that
gone.
either.
I think we signed him for free. I think for what he's like in the locker room, and him wanting to do his coaching badges with us as well, which is really good. And he's in the Scotland setup now as well. But yeah, Stephen Naismith has to be up there. Craig Beattie.
Craig Beattie wasn't that good.
No, in the final third.
Yeah, he's only known for that goal against Celtic, isn't he?
Loved him.
Rudy Scatchell's up there.
Beattie.
Do you know what? I thought Ian Black was a decent player as well.
Ian Black didn't get the credit he deserved when he played for Hearts.
I think he was a fantastic player.
He was an excellent player. He
loved the club as well. Loved it.
still does. Still talks about him on his Instagram. Still watches him. I'd say also Jamie Walker when he first
he was
came through for us.
Sam Nicholson was a player as well.
I seen Sam. I remember I went to the Hearts game where we beat Kilmarnock. I think we beat them 5-1, and he scored an absolute screamer for outside the box. And yeah, he was a player who, when you got the ball at his feet, he wanted to take people on. Andy Driver.
Andy Driver was
a player. I loved him.
Player.
Absolutely loved him.
Yeah,
I've got him in one of my old Ukyo Bankas tops on the back.
Oh, I love that top.
Yeah,
is it like the Ajax?
No,
one?
it was the white down the middle, and the maroon on the sides, and the white stripe.
That's the Ajax one.
Yeah, up the sides as well.
Yeah. I love that
That's
one.
a really nice
I love that top.
Doesn't fit me anymore. I was
I've got one of them old
10
all
years old.
sports one where like Mark De Vries and that used to play. I've got Joe Hamill in the back of mine.
Joe Hamill was a good player.
He manages Musselburgh Athletic now.
Does he? Mm-hmm. That's actually not even far from here.
Yeah, it's decent. Like.
No, there's a lot of players that Zaliukas was an excellent defence. Had his moments, bomb scare. He was like a much better version of Halkett. That's the way I see him. But defensively, he was excellent.
We're forgetting one of the best players to ever put on a Hearts jersey.
Connor Salmon.
Craig Gordon.
Craig Gordon, actually. When you think about it, the level of football he's played, he's got to be one of the best ever Hearts players.
Yeah.
Because he's played Premier League football. He's played Champions League football. Yeah, he's got to be one of the best.
Remember, he was a British record for a goalkeeper. He was only ever beaten by David De Gea.
Which is insane. Because he is one of the best keepers that's ever lived.
So English Premier League clubs were signing goalkeepers for less money than Craig Gordon was signed for until David De Gea was signed.
David De Gea only cost 19 million, 18, 19 million. And that's still 10 million more than they spent on Gordon. That's insane.
Craig Gordon is a player.
I mean, I don't
still
know.
is. Like.
He held the Guinness Book of World Records for greatest save in Premier League history. With that corner that came in and he saved it like point blank range. I don't even know how he moved his arm that fast.
He was so good there.
And then when he signed,
unlucky when
he signed back for Celtic, everybody was like, "What are they doing signing somebody who's not played for 2 years?" And he was brilliant for Celtic.
Yeah.
He's
fantastic.
Actually, Craig Gordon probably.
Craig Gordon's up there, like.
Because even watching him now, some of the saves he pulls off are just. Oh, I love him. Never leave.
Nah, he's amazing.
Next manager.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to episode 5.
Episode 5, getting
it's
on there now.
Close. It's coming really fast, isn't it?
It has. It's been good. Been really good.
It's good. So catch us on Twitter at ParkUpThe. On Facebook.
Facebook is Up the Park, and it's a page that's all set up now as well where we ask questions. I do normally put the teams up if I can get signal when we're at the games. I normally put them about half an hour before. So any sort of way to get in touch with us would be really cool. We've got an email address as well, which is upthepark1@gmail.com. So we just want some questions, some even something
just
to
tell
discuss.
us what you think.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think of the podcast. Tell us what you think of Hearts.
Yeah. Anything you want us to talk about?
Yeah. Any topics.
Be really cool.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.